All right, here we are. I should close that. Slava Ukraine, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see I think we have 2 people waiting, so that is fantastic, maybe even 3. Okay, and by the way, K Bell, if you are there, let me know. Because I want to get into talking about Discord. Hi, Irina. Great to see you. I feel like we just talked. It's crazy. Let's see here. Hi, everybody. Oh my god, I should turn off my caps lock. K. Bell. If you're in here, please let me know so we can talk about Discord. Oh, you are here. Aha! Fantastic. Okay. Yes. So you asked a question. You had a comment in one of the posts where I made about Discord. So this is a great opportunity. I didn't, I want to apologize to everybody who watches my live streams that you're not getting my best. I mean, I'm starting it here. It's 9:30 at night. I've already usually been working, teaching all day, and oh, fantastic, cool. Well, thank you for coming. Yeah, and I teach English classes to Ukrainians all day long, and I start usually at 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and I go until sometimes 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So by the time I get here, sometimes by the end of the live stream, maybe I'm a little bit kind of rambly. Yeah, it's probably because it's past my bedtime. So I appreciate everyone's patience. Yeah. So let's talk about Discord. And I thought I had the link, and I didn't. I'll bring it up right now. How to connect YouTube to Discord. Yeah. How to connect your YouTube channel on Discord, and there is a link to it as well. Boom, here, and really thank you for asking. And then this is that. So that's and this is the link on the Discord side. And then we're gonna actually go into it and look at it. So because there's only one little part that you have to do, and that is right here where it says YouTube integration for viewers. So it says, if you've been gifted a membership to a YouTube channel and you want to access their Discord server, the first thing you need to do is make sure your YouTube account is connected to your Discord account by the following steps outlined under how to connect your YouTube channel to Discord. So we'll scroll back up to where it says that. So, I mean, I know that you, K-Bell, you probably don't have a channel, but technically, if you have a YouTube account, as you do, it's K-Bell, then you automatically have a YouTube channel as well. You just haven't used it. So let's go and look at that. So how to connect your YouTube channel to Discord. And I had to go through these steps myself because I didn't know either. So open up the Discord app, and next to your username, you access the cogwheel. And it shows you here, which is kind of nice. Under your user settings, head to the Connections tab, and then, yeah. Oh, you see it. Okay. And then connect your YouTube account to your Discord by pressing on the YouTube tile. This will open a new browser window where you basically, it takes you there and you can log into your YouTube account. So once you do that, then everything is automatic after that point. But you have to go into Discord to do it. I was actually pretty reluctant. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use Discord for members. But I mean, think about this. Think about it this way. The Discord. Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, I had to look it up, you know. But a lot of people aren't going to want to go through that much work just to get connected to a YouTube channel, and that's fine. I don't want those people on my Discord. You know, simple as that. That's because that's not what this Discord is for. This Discord is for us to, you know, talk about things and make plans for things that we can't do just openly in front of everyone. So you could think of, and I have linked on my page, which I'll go to here. I have linked on my page you can see what I like to watch. I have a link to a Facebook group here. And if you don't feel like joining a Discord and going through all of those extra steps, totally join the Facebook group. Every video that I post to YouTube gets automatically posted to the Facebook group. I've got a bunch of members in there who I invited, and I'm going to invite a bunch more. And that's fine. That's kind of like the outer circle, you know, if you think of like, you know, or levels. The Facebook group is kind of the outer level. I didn't want to use Facebook for, you know, our private discussions because I had a Facebook group last year that, well, I hate to say it, K-Bill, but there was an Australian from Melbourne who I know she supports Ukraine, but and I thought we were working on volunteer stuff, and I said, can you please help me admin this Facebook group? And then she took over the admin and then kicked me out of the Facebook group. The Facebook group that I had helped put together. It was awful. It was really awful. And I was so depressed about it that I couldn't even deal with any of this for 6 months, really. And anyway, so that's the Facebook group is for kind of the outer circle. The Discord is for the inner circle. All I've got right now in the Discord are like rules for the group and an introduction. And the rules, I had a big long list of rules, and I consulted with somebody who knows Discord pretty well, and they said, no, just make it. It's very simple. And so I want this to be a democratic group and a democratic process. Even though I'm the only one, running things right now, I know I'm not going to be able to for forever. So it's important. Right. So if you have Discord and if you have followed these steps, K-Bell, that I laid out here. So this link, you should follow the link that I put in here. When you do that, when you do those things, then you should, when you log into Discord, next time you log into Discord, yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll send out invites to members only. Is probably the way to do it. But you won't be able to join unless you have the unless you have this connected, because it's a private server. So yeah, I will totally. Maybe I could do it now. Let me see. I'll just let's just take a look. See what I can do. Discord, Discord. Where are you? There we are. Hopefully I won't dox myself like I did yesterday. But, you know, I'm pretty notorious for that. Yesterday, a couple of my viewers messaged me and said that I had shown not just my full name, but also my phone number here in Ukraine. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, what is this? I don't want any of this. This looks like there's something they're trying to get me to buy something. I don't want to do that. That sucks. Okay, so yeah, here is the burp, burp, burp. And, oh my gosh. I don't remember how to send invites. Okay, well, I just want to show you that the server does in fact exist. That's the first thing I'd like to say. It actually exists. Everyone can see it now. There you go. Oh, here we go. Invite people. I will copy that link. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, well. I'm going to post an invite link on the members only. To members only here. So that's blur to blur. Community. I'm doing it right now while you're watching me so that I can visibility. All channel members. Please join the Discord using this link. You'll need to make sure your account, your Discord is connected to your YouTube account. And follow these directions if you're not sure. There we go. This is probably not the most exciting thing, but here we are. Boosh. And members. There we go. Now everybody will get a link. I mean, I'm not... Yeah. Like I said, if somebody wants to try and hack into the server, that sucks, but hopefully not. So, but it's a layer of protection. It's one layer up from Facebook. So, yeah, yesterday I accidentally doxed myself when I was trying to show how I was trying to order tourniquets, and one of my viewers said, "Yeah, I showed your name and full name and phone number, and somebody could get on your Telegram and all kinds of things." So I had to I had to take the live stream down after it finished uploading, and then download it, re-upload it. That's what I was doing literally 5 minutes before I started here. Re-upload it as a regular video. So if you'd missed anything yesterday, or you missed the live stream yesterday, and you feel like it's really that exciting, which is questionable, you can go back up there and check it out. So thank you, K-Bell, for making me do that. I really appreciate it. This is why I need members. This is why I need help. Exactly this situation. So let's take a gander. Take a look at this. Now this is a cut and paste from the Shopify store, and I want to point out how amazing this is. These are the total payments that have been made to the Shopify store. So, mind blown. I'm actually, when I first saw this, I felt my butt pucker a little bit. I mean, I actually got scared. Because I was like, oh my God, it's real. All this work I've been doing for months and months, and it's happening right now. Oh my God. Yeah, so I couldn't didn't have time to copy the picture and block out the names of people donating, because I'm not sure if they want their names to be shared. I need to have some way to ask people when they make these donations if they'd like their names to be shared. I'm working on that. But the first donation was 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. That's the $50 there. And then the next 50, the amount there, that's $50.82. So the $50 was going towards a set of plates. So I set the price for plates, and we can take a look at my store here. Well, what am I saying? I don't need to go to a new link. It's right here. So we can take a look at my store. And I set the price for plates to $600 USD, because that's the average maximum price that I have seen here in Ukraine. Now, they can be less. I have seen them lower, but I have to be very careful. Yes. Oh, you did? Holy crap. Thank you so much, dude. Tritons Against Tyrants. When did you make that donation? Did you do it just now? Or because here's the deal. So there's this $500 donation. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on for a second. Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Fuck you! I'm live streaming on YouTube, you butthole.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello?
No, I can hear you.
Listen to me. Do not fucking tell people that you got...
All right.
Just
all right.
stop.
All right.
Just...
Okay. So, that was my security guy for my Discord. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but he's pissed off that I told people how to join the Discord. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I guess we're going to have a discussion after the live stream. Oh, it's really something. Oh my gosh. Whew. All right. So, where were we? Yeah. So these payments, the deal with these payments is, like the $500. By the way, it was something like 5,000 Swedish kroner. So that's why it converted over and it's 507. And it didn't. it takes like more than a day or sometimes 2 days for these orders to pop up in my orders list so that I get notifications of them. Because after the live stream, I went and checked. After the live stream on Sunday, I went and checked, and there was nothing there. And I thought, oh, well, okay. And then, boom, this pops up, and it's almost, the middle of the week. I didn't even see this until this morning. And what clued me in was Shere Khan sent me, last night he was talking about that he had, and one of these $100 payments are his. He had put $100 towards a set of plates. And I thought, well, I didn't see that. And then I went and looked in on it this morning, and sure enough, there they are. So that's really awesome. So the $50, $100, and this another $100, those are all towards a set of plates. And the $100 at the top, that's from, I don't remember the name. Is that from you, Tridents Against Tyrants? Oh no, you donate towards Tony. Okay, so this $100 was from somebody in like Finland, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, but that's fantastic because what it means is that $250 it's at least enough to buy one plate. I know that. It might be enough for two. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that my Discord security guy was watching my live stream, or maybe he's just checking. Maybe he's just checking on my Discord. I don't know. Anyway, anybody who's watching this live stream, please pop up and say something. I have my Magnificent 7 as per usual, but in any case, so I want to just move on for that. Oh yeah, I'll just name first names here. Jake donated that $100 towards plates. So and $500 though towards Tony. That's a huge, big freaking deal. It's amazing. Please, by all means. Yay! Awesome! Thank you. Okay, Bill. That's fantastic. So with that in mind, let's move on now that we're kind of done with that. And so great. So it's fantastic that you have joined. I'm so glad. And I noticed when I briefly looked on the Discord, I noticed there was a bunch of people in there now. So I'm really happy about that. Hopefully no trolls got through, or it works. If so, I'll have to go in there and clean house, but I'm hoping not. So Tony on Sunday brought up an important point that we talked about briefly, and he was talking about some people that we mutually know who were in our training group, who I guess some of them died, some of them took serious injuries, like to the face, and some of them apparently got other people killed or injured. And I knew these guys. I trained with them, and they had military experience in their own country. They were healthy, fit, stronger than me. All of them. There's a whole big group who spoke Spanish, so they were from different Spanish-speaking countries. Mexico, Colombia, maybe Brazil. There was one Brazilian guy, but I don't know if he made it through training or not. anyway, but Ecuador, maybe a bunch of different countries, and I don't want to speak ill of any of them, but the story that we got was, and this may or may not be true, but the story was that the our artillery started coming in, boom, 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 all around, and they panicked and ran, or thought that for whatever reason they got out of the trench and took off. And I've nothing against them, okay, because I haven't experienced this yet. I don't know how I'm going to react. I hope I know. I hope I am going to react with stoic courage and what have you. But, I think, maybe there was a language issue. I actually taught these guys English. We had a couple of really great English classes, and they were working really hard on learning their English so that they could understand commands when they went out. And I don't know if they all went out as a cohort or if it was just a few of them, and I don't know if it was just the Spanish-speaking dudes. But it does make me question, just because you buy a plane ticket and come to Ukraine, it doesn't mean you know anything about what's the war is really like here, and that's a big thing. Even the Ukrainians who are going out to the battlefield with no battle experience can't know and don't know. This is a big reason why every single day, if you look here on my community, I'm starting to share these with you. Every single day I'm watching, or usually listening to, because I'm too busy if I'm not teaching English classes here, then I'm running around doing stuff. I'm very rarely sitting down except when I'm teaching. All day, every day. Now, I don't have time to go in and do OSINT searches. If I had the time, I could just as well become one of these guys. Become a Dennis Davydov or Jake Broe or Artur Rehi or Professor Gerdes or any of those. But, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I want to do. But I am studying. I am watching Combat Veteran React, CivDiv, finding out what it's like, a United 24. Especially, I pay close attention to any time there's an actual soldier who's actually been out there, or there's actual combat footage. And I'm not interested in seeing dead bodies. I'm not interested in seeing explosions. That's not what I'm watching it for. I'm watching it to see how are they acting, how are they reacting, what do I need to be prepared for. And yeah, it's not the greatest. It's not a perfect. It's not real training. It doesn't replace real training, but I also feel like the training that we got in the barracks really didn't prepare any of us for artillery. What we got was we got yelled at a little, not a lot. Maybe it was a lot for some people, but given my hobby, which I've spoken about, I love Jake Broe. I love all those guys. I like Dennis Davydov because he gets a little bit controversial sometimes because he will criticize his own government, different aspects, different things that are happening. He'll even criticize the military. He's a Ukrainian. Ukrainians do that. And I've had people online, of course, always get mad at me for criticizing Ukraine in some way, or the military or something. But I'm like, well, you aren't fucking here, okay? And I'm the one who's going to be putting my life on the line out there, and there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, these things could be better. We could improve this. We could do this a different way. And yeah, maybe I'm just some guy maybe I'm just a keyboard warrior for the moment. That's fine. But that doesn't mean that criticism, criticism can be the best compliment, Oh yeah, Ukraine matters. Yeah, definitely. He's on my list to put on the list. I kind of want I want to like compile a list of what I would consider to be good YouTubers out there, and then if you are there's some good Ukrainian ones coming out too. Guys who are from Ukraine, like there's reporting from Ukraine, obviously, but there's some other ones that I just can't remember their names now, but I watch them every day. Oh god, yeah, dude, for reals. ATP Geopolitics, I probably listen to more than anyone else. For one thing, he puts out 2 45-minute fact. Yeah, Rick the Ukrainian is good too. But ATP Geopolitics puts out at minimum 2 45 to 1 hour fact, jam-packed with facts videos every single day. I mean, how that man does that is just blows my mind. And he's got like what is his illness? I can't remember. But he's like sick, and he's like but I'm gonna just crank out these just pure facts every time too. It's really well, okay, I mean, not pure. He has a lot of opinions and philosophy, but there's a lot of facts in there. It's fantastic. Yeah, pretty much. And of course, the obvious one, which is Ukraine the latest, from the Telegraph. That's those are my but I get all these every day. When I'm going for a run. Oh, multiple sclerosis. Thank you. I apologize. I had an MS moment, as he would say. So yeah. So when I'm doing my workouts, when I wake up in the morning, the thing that sucks though is I can't sleep when I'm listening to this stuff. To sleep, I have to listen to other things. I have to watch other things that are going to help me sleep. The problem is that all of these YouTubers, it's very fashionable for YouTubers that want to get views in the United States or from Americans to publish their videos at like between 10 o'clock and midnight. And that's when I go to... Oh yeah, Starsky too. I like Starsky. I mean, I like him personally. You know what I mean? And I do listen to him every day. But, he goes on the Shills, for example. It's a podcast. And for some reason, I just can't get into that. But I like him when he's on other people's podcasts, especially. For some reason, that's better. But I was watching Starsky every day from the beginning of the war. And I don't know why. I've kind of not always watched him. Maybe it's because his videos are shorter, or I don't know. Not sure why. Sometimes I really like him. Sometimes I skip him. I don't know. I'm not sure why. But yeah, but I do listen to him, and I like to listen to him when I'm working out or running, going for maybe because his manner of speaking makes me more angry. Not his manner of speaking. I mean, I'm angry about the situation, not angry at him, because he's angry with good reason, as opposed to, for example, Jake Broe here. Jake Broe has this voice. He's like, "Welcome back, defenders. Jake here. Russia, blah, blah, blah today. They're a bunch of assholes." He's... If there's anybody that I could fall asleep to, it would be Jake Broe, I think. But so the problem is that all of these come out, they get published typically between 10 o'clock and midnight, right as I'm going to bed. And I have to stop myself from hitting on them, tapping on them on my phone or whatever, because if I do, I will not sleep. I'll be up and I'll just be binging on it until 2 o'clock in the morning. So I have to watch or listen to something that's going to help me like relax and not be angry and pissed off. But the problem is YouTube is flooding me with that stuff. And then in the morning, because the last thing that I clicked on before I went to sleep or whatever was, some boring half fall asleep video or music or something. In the morning, my YouTube feed will be filled with all kinds of stuff that I don't want to see in the morning. It's the stuff that I wanted to see when I was asleep. And then I have to look. You have to really look. If you even slightly on YouTube, if you even slightly start to veer off and look at something that doesn't have to do with Ukraine, doesn't have to do with the war, after 2 days, the YouTube algorithm will, you'll forget about Ukraine. I think that's what happens with a lot of people who are not, they're not actively looking for information about Ukraine on YouTube or on the internet or on whatever they're using, and the algorithm just goes away, and then it leaves their mind, Yeah, emotions, yeah, exactly. Maybe it's because, maybe I feel that way, and I feel similar about Anna from Ukraine. As far as watching them myself, I'm glad other people watch them. For some reason, it's too close to me. That's what it is. It's too close to me. Like watching Artur Rehi, watching Jake Broe, I don't know. It's somehow it's a little bit separated, and I'm not sure how to explain that. But Dennis Davydov had, he's had some criticism, and he's been criticized for criticizing Ukraine, and I think that the Ukrainian military is seeing. I think they are. I hope that they're learning faster than the Russians, at least, in terms of training what works and what doesn't. And it'll be interesting when I go back to the barracks. What kind of training and preparation are we going to have for the big booms? The big booms that make you poop your pants. It has to be more than just yelling. You know what I mean? Actually, I think that's not effective. But I don't know, what other thing are we going to do? The thing is that the training, of course, there are booms around, and because there's training with various weapon systems that I can't describe here. And people, when they showed up to the barracks, they literally, some of them, these are people who maybe didn't speak English, they literally thought that the war was happening like right outside, and they were like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And I was like, "No, it's just training." Thank God I speak a little Spanish, basically. But that's the thing. Basically, if just because you have the heart and the courage to come to Ukraine, a lot of these guys didn't know anything about Ukraine. Even the Americans, even the British guys, like really ignorant questions, frankly. There's a great video that I sent to my commander from, oh my God, Ryan Macbeth. So Ryan Macbeth had, now he doesn't do like purely Ukraine stuff all the time. He had some really good stuff at the beginning of the war, and he's kind of let that go. But he did have a video about kind of like, and I'll have to find it, but I actually sent it to my commander in the, it's something in here. Oh, here we go. Ukrainian cultural awareness. And this is actually a really good video. It's worth checking out. I don't want to show other people. God, stupid YouTube.
But also be prepared for the kind of accommodating people who will do amazing things for you.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be some transition.
This is a really great video worth watching, and like I said, I sent it to my commander in the Legion. He was like, "Wow, thanks. I'm going to send this to all the guys." So that was really helpful. But I personally, I really hope, Zaluzhny had, and I'm sorry I didn't have this article prepared, But Zaluzhny, in his very controversial letter that he wrote, he spoke about new technology that's needed. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find the... Yeah. Okay, well... so he was taught... Here we go. Yeah, it was in The Economist. Yeah, that's what it was in, that article a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, and he's right. He's right. And this is a big reason why I want to join, because I think I have a lot to contribute in that respect. I think that, you know, it's been clear there's been a lot of criticism about the Ukraine army, and I've even criticized that there's a lot of like old thinking, Soviet Union thinking, and I think that's going to change. I mean, that's what's happening with the new defense minister and the deputy ministers that are coming in, bringing in new generals, and there's obviously some friction happening between Zelensky and Zaluzhny. But I mean, I hope that they can work it out, because I think they probably have the same vision. I imagine, though, that, well, we know that Zaluzhny had, we found this out now. There was a Washington Post article, which there's a paywall, I won't go to it, but the Washington Post article was talking about how basically Zaluzhny and some of his generals were having a big kerfuffle, as it were, with NATO, because NATO wanted them to just charge in full bore, and kind of everybody thought that they would, but they didn't have the equipment that NATO had promised yet to do it. But NATO had war gamed it, you know, and they thought they could do it. Well, the problem is, and the Washington Post article talked about this as well, you know, the NATO and American leadership doesn't have a full grasp of, especially of drones and the new technology. And that's, you know, that's a big problem. And I think that the boots on the ground out there, the guys like let's see, Big Max Battle Blog. Okay, you know, this is a guy to watch right here. So he's a drone operator now out there in Ukraine, and he'll describe himself as not very smart, but he clearly is smart enough to operate a drone. These are the kind of guys who know what technology is needed out there. That's the kind of guy that I want to be. Maybe a little bit smarter. I don't know. We'll see. But we need to, it's thinking that needs to change. Okay. One of the things that I'm personally researching a lot of, that I want to talk about on our Discord, but I think I feel comfortable talking about here, and I did bring it up in the live stream on Sunday, is ATAC. So let's go. I'll go to YouTube here and just kind of, right, not attackums, but ATAC, which stands for what does it stand for? It's a communication system that you can install on your phone, essentially. Now, it does work with other equipment. It's meant to work with other equipment, but there is an app, there is a version that you can install on your phone, and it is designed to allow teams to communicate and do land navigation. There's another This is S2 Underground. Good, occasionally good to study if you're interested in this sort of thing. Everything from
before.
OSINT.
But if you're new to MeshTastic, a brief description of how MeshTastic works and what it is.
We'll go back a little bit.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Underground. Today we're going to be showing you how to use MeshTastic along with ATAC. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you know what ATAC is, or at least have heard of it before. But if you're new to MeshTastic, a brief description of how MeshTastic works and what it is needed before we go into the tutorial. MeshTastic is an off-grid, open-source communications platform. You can research this yourself a little bit more on MeshTastic's website, but the short version of how MeshTastic works is very simple. So say you need to send a message from one person to another. Well, ordinarily you could use text messaging using cell towers, or you could use some kind of internet-based chat like, Signal or Telegram or something like that. But what if the cell towers are down, or the internet is out, or you're in an area which doesn't have either of those? Well, MeshTastic can bring the infrastructure to you. All you need to do is pair each device with a small MeshTastic board, and messages can be sent between those two boards using Bluetooth to connect to each smart device. And you can use the app on the smartphones to send the messages.
Right. So this is a big potential. It's not a new technology exactly, really, but it's an implementation of technology that that could be pretty easily implemented here in Ukraine. And I believe that, with a couple of extra phones and, there's a bunch of the MeshTastic, other different boards and things. I'm pretty sure I intend to rig up something like this and do some testing using these before I go out, sometime in the next couple of months, and just see what I can do with it. Because if I can get something running that's basically free or will run on old smartphones and a couple of Arduinos or something, then there are plenty of people in there's a lot of tech people. There's a lot of IT people in Ukraine. A lot of them are on the front lines. A lot of them are out there fighting, but a lot of them are in Kiev, and some of them are people I know. They're not just doing app development. They're network engineers like myself. I know I've talked about this before, but Starlink, the whole thing about Elon Musk had a tweet where he said basically that Starlink is providing the majority, or provides the primary backbone, the main backbone of internet for Ukraine. That is so much bullshit. Absolutely, hands down, bull crap. Because Ukraine has the best internet in the world, hands down, the best, the cheapest. We've got gigabit fiber coming in here. I've got, yeah, you're right, Arduinos. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just rattling off random, random tech words, to be honest. But yeah, so that's the thing, right? So the only thing that Starlink is really needed for, is on the very, very front line, the what we would call the last mile, probably more like the last 20 miles, okay, the last 30 miles, something like that, okay. That's where Starlink is critical, because that's where the infrastructure is destroyed. There's no electricity. Everything's getting blown up. Ukraine's internet relies on fiber optic, and it's fiber optic everywhere. But if everything's blown up, what are you going to do? Okay. But the backbone of Ukraine, the internet backbone, is amazing and strong and diverse and resilient. It's not too far to say. let's put it this way. We just watched this video about MeshTastic and using this. Okay. One moment. There we go. These are not sex toys. I think I've shown these before in a video or something. These are antennas, okay? Together, these have a range of, maximum range of about 15 miles. So that's 20 kilometers. I bought these on the Ukrainian version of Craigslist, OLX, for 500 or 450 grivnas a piece. And by the way, this is just the antenna piece. They have a dish that goes with them that I don't have here to show for it. You plug an Ethernet right in here. These can be powered off of a simple PoE. The box that powers these is like this big, and you can just run power to it from anywhere. Very little power, potentially. And these can communicate with any Wi-Fi. Okay, this is just one example of something that can be installed, and I've trained high school students, literally high school students, to install these in like 15 minutes. And installing one can be done in maybe between 10 and 15 minutes. Boom, and that's all it takes. Plug it in. That you send them out pre-configured, plug it in and go. These last mile connections could be installed all over on the front line. At just the last place where there's any sort of infrastructure, boom, boom, boom. And I know there's electronic warfare that's jamming Wi-Fi signals. That's obvious. This is just one of these types of antennas. We just need to get this. We don't need Starlink. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And if we can do that, then okay. Let's see if I'm not sure I can find the since I'm talking on about.
Let me show you how we do stuff.
That's not what I want. I want Dennis Davydov.
But also be prepared.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Dennis. There we go. My computer might be taking a dump here. Let's see. He had a nice video today. I think it was Dennis.
It's targeted.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. He had a nice video today about Russian drone operators who let's see, maybe I can't find the article here. Russian drone operators who were bombed in Krinky, south of Kherson. Drone operators bombed Krinky. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Yeah, here we go. Ukraine Marines. Here we go. Hacked a Russian drone to find its base, and then shelled it. Okay, so the situation here was the drone operators were in this house. Okay, so there was a bunch of drone operators in this house. They had an antenna outside, so they tracked a drone back to this place. They had an antenna outside the house, and so there was a relay system. normally when I don't have a drone controller in front of me, but normally, you control a drone, it has an antenna, and you're controlling it, and, drone operators like Big Mac with his battle blog, they're in a real risk of getting bombed, getting artilleried, getting arty, getting whatever, just like this, okay? These drone operators, so instead of standing out there with their controller in their hand with the wind and the trees blowing around, they said, okay, we're going to go inside a house and we're going to put an antenna outside. Well, that's great, but you're still close enough to the front line that you could potentially get hit. There's absolutely no reason why Ukraine, with the backbone that it has, with the internet backbone that it has, absolutely no reason why Ukraine's drone operators, maybe not all of them, but some of them, couldn't be sitting comfortably on their sofa in Kyiv. This whole problem that Ukraine is having with recruiting people, well, of course, because everybody who wanted to fight is pretty much out there fighting, and they don't like the booms. But how many people would like to sit on their sofa and play video games? How many Ukrainians would like to do that? A lot of them. And this is the technology that Ukraine needs. And by the way, I can talk about it. It's not a big secret because, first of all, how do you think the United States manages their drones? They've got people sitting in like some Chicago suburb or some base in, I don't know, Punxsutawney. I'm just making up names now. And they're flying these drones in Afghanistan. How are they doing that? They have a network. Okay, Ukraine can't have a worldwide network like the United States has, but it's already got a network in Ukraine that, with the exception of the last mile, will more than suffice to do everything it needs. Ukraine could easily double the size of its military and not have to, then you don't need to put those guys through 3 months of military training or a month of training. 2 weeks of drone operating, and here's a VPN. You connect to your internet, and then you have people like me or people that I've trained out on the front line installing these antennas like faster than the Russians can bomb them. These can be stuck on trees. I've seen pictures of them out on the front lines. Not this specific model, but Russians are doing this with their communications antennas, microwaves, and all kinds of others. These can be mounted on cars, on trucks, all sorts of things. They can be mobile. They can be moved around. I've personally, in America, used these mounted on the back of my pickup truck on a pole sticking up in the air, just like 2 meters up in the air. Okay, that's going to be the tech. It's not about the weapons. I mean, it's the drones, right? But now they've got the drones. They've got the manufacturing that's going on. That's getting in place. Now they need the backup infrastructure. They have the backup infrastructure. All they need to do is get people talking within the army and get the Ukraine army talking to the Ukrainian IT sector, because the expertise is there. They have the expertise to do this, and Russia cannot do this in I don't believe in Kherson or Donbass, for example, because they don't have the architecture. They don't have the backbone. They might be able to cannibalize what they took, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think they can do that. I'd be pretty surprised if, in other words, the existing backbone in like Kherson and Zaporizhia, Melitopol, and all of that. I mean, I know that they are using the Ukrainian backbone there, but it's not necessarily connected as well to Russia, if that makes sense, as it was to Ukraine. I don't know if that makes sense. And also, Ukraine is still operating. I mean, Vodafone and Kyivstar, I think, are still operating parts of that backbone, even though it's in occupied territory. So they have control over it in some way. That's how they're getting a lot of the intelligence. Listening to the Russians' phone calls and all this sort of stuff. That's how they're doing it. Okay, so. Yeah, anyway. The problem is, I was bringing this up with some of my guys, in from the barracks, guys who are out there fighting and whatnot, and they said to me, yeah, all these communications sounds really great, or no, all these communications don't mean anything if the command is shit. That's a direct quote. Don't shoot the messenger. Please. So I hope that in addition to this technology that Zaluzhny wants, I hope that they're also training the fuck out of the ZSU leadership to adapt to this, or rotating the old guys out, whatever they got to do. I hope. I'm gonna find out, I guess. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you all who joined the Discord. Thank you, K-Bell. Isa Two Spirit. Is that Isa? Is that correct, or is it Isa? To me, I see that and I see Isa like the Norse rune Isa. That's what I'm thinking of there. So anyway, thanks for coming, and my God, thank you so much for this support. I will just be honest. I need to really be honest here. I am not going to be able to process all of these probably until Saturday. My next 2 days are like just incredibly busy teaching days, like the fire hose of teaching. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm glad. Hey, I got something right. This is UHF fire hose. Yeah, this is what my next 2 days are going to be like.
Joe Miller, you just found the marble in the oatmeal. You're a lucky, lucky, lucky little boy, because you know why? You get to drink from the fire hose!
The fire hose. Here we go. This is going to be me the next 2 days.
Open wide!
All right, there we go. So, I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow, but I may not do one on Friday because, oh my God, it's gonna be too crazy. But definitely on Saturday I'll be back, and Saturday I'm gonna take care of all this stuff. Saturday I'm gonna, if more people have donated by Saturday, we might be up to a level where we can buy a set of plates. I'm going to check prices, and if I can, you have to be real careful. But if I can find these plates for $250 or however much is, I'll buy them. It's just, like I said, you got to be careful about quality. So anyway, thanks. Oh, John Scott, yeah, Slava Ukraine, man. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry you came in on the end of it, but. Go back and watch the stream. I am actually going to go and look and make sure I didn't dox myself again on this like I did yesterday. So I might not make the replay of this public until tomorrow. But regardless, I want to thank everybody who's donated, everybody who's helping, and I will hopefully talk to you all on Discord. So with that, Slava Ukraine. До побачення.